remember, I want you.
Oh,
Like a kiss.
you have a lovely and blessed day.
Alright, it's so beautiful.
See ya. I don't know where it was, but so let's pick up from this, where in life you're always gonna have interruptions that are going to try to keep you from getting to where you want. Things that are gonna try to keep you from reaching your goal, especially those around you. Your circle is extremely important, because the people around you can become extremely toxic for your evolution. So it's important for us to know those that we have around us. You're gonna help people and you're gonna put in the time, but you cannot help those that do not want to be helped, because sometimes they have to go through that situation for them to be able to learn from it. And then also the importance of knowing how toxic are the people that we are keeping in our circle, because that will also affect you in a negative way, because you will absorb that regardless whether you want it or not. We are created of energy. We are part of all of this. We are part of the universe, and you will absorb that. If you want more of a scientific look to it, look up the Wesley effect, which means is that depending on what energy you're keeping around you, you're going to absorb that. So your circle is very, very important. The distractions are always going to be there. When you have toxic people around you, they're not going to want you to do better. They're not going to want you to do better for yourself. They're not going to want you to help better themselves, because their ego is in the way and telling them that they're already the best, that they already got everything they want. And that's not true, because we can always become better. And this also goes to money. A lot of us tend to think that money is everything, and money is nothing, because the true value is the value that you build in here. And when your heart is in the right place for the things that you do, money is just the blessing that comes with it. It's automatically, it's almost like the token or the trophy that you get extra for putting in the time. For you being a good person, for you being a hard worker, for you having your heart in the right place and truly loving what you're doing, or at least putting in the time. That is just a blessing that comes with it. It's called abundance. Abundance is gonna come no matter what, but your heart has to be in the right place. Just like I have mentioned to you guys before, the most rich people are the most unhappy. They have everything they want, but they are poor in spirit. And that's what really matters, is the value, is the treasure that you build in here, because we are eternal beings, and all of these material things, they stay behind. So we have got to focus on really empowering our divine being. And the one thing that God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, that makes you feel comfortable, doesn't accept, is when we put other things in his place, like people and lust and money. And once you start doing that, I promise you, the things in your life will start going wrong. Even though you could make that money, you will make all of it, but you will lose it eventually, or you will feel empty. So what the message behind this really is that focus on building your internal value first, and everything else is just going to be a blessing that comes along with it, because that's just how the universe works. The universe receives whatever energy you put out into it and gives it right back to you. When you are only focused on material things and lust and physical pleasure, those things are very empty. So therefore, you're just throwing empty energy out into the universe. And that's where you're going to get back. That's where you're going to get back. And I'm sorry to be so honest, but that's just the reality. That's just how things work, regardless if you want to accept it or not. But I would be doing you an injustice if I wasn't here sharing this with you. And that is the message for today. Work on building the true most important value, the most precious thing that you have, and that is your divine being, your internal self, your spirit, your soul, and everything else will come automatically. You will have an abundant life. You will be happy. You will feel complete. But first, before anything, connect yourself with the divine power. Don't wait until you're in the bottom of the hole to cry out for help. And another thing, also, don't be ashamed to talk about the divine power, because it's almost as you are being ashamed of talking about a person who's there helping you out. Because whenever we are in trouble, we call out to him. Even a person who's an atheist calls out to God when they're in trouble. So who cares what people think? Talk about it. Living in truth is freedom. Living in truth is freedom. I love you. The universe and God loves you so much more. Take all the tools that you have to live this amazing and beautiful life. It's magical. It's magical. And once you start doing it the right way, I promise you, everything in your life will start working. Mwah. Namaste.